Well, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday morning, the 23rd of March today. And we are back again with Thomas of Kempis in the book, The Imitation of Christ, written in the 1400s, but the language has been updated for us in this. Otherwise, we might have trouble understanding. This is entitled Humble Submission Before Reproof. And in this case, before means in the presence of. Like you come before the king and bow down kind of thing. It's not a before as in time wise. Humble submission before reproof. So basically humbling yourself under correction. Do not concern yourself much with who is for you and who against you, but give all your thought and care to this, that God is with you in everything you do. Have a good conscience, and God will defend you well. He whom God helps will never be hurt by the malice of man. If you can be silent and suffer, you will surely see the help of the Lord come in your need. He knows the time and the way to deliver you, so you ought to resign yourself to him. God is able to help and to deliver from all confusion. It nevertheless often helps to keep us in greater humility, that others know and rebuke our faults. When a man humbles himself for his faults, then he easily pacifies others and quickly satisfies those who are angry with him. God protects and delivers the humble. The humble he loves and comforts. To the humble man he inclines himself. To the humble he gives abundant grace. And after he has been cast down, he raises him to glory. He reveals his secrets to the humble and tenderly draws and invites him to himself. Though he suffer confusion and reproof, the humble man yet has good peace, because he trusts in God and not in the world. Never think you have made any spiritual progress until you esteem yourself inferior to all. All of James 3 is cited in the footnotes on this, as well as Job 5:11. As I was reading it, I couldn't help but think, and I should have looked the actual verse reference up, but humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, that he may lift you up in due time. A couple of times in the scripture says that God is opposed to the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. Oftentimes they misunderstand humility as a thinking poorly of yourself. You humble yourself, you're groveling kind of thing. In another verse, it'll say, don't think more highly of yourself than you ought to think, and don't think more highly of yourself than you do of others. That's a good definition of humble. Being willing to say you're sorry when it's your fault, instead of trying to hide it. I don't know why it had an imagery come to my mind as I read this. Playing sports, especially basketball, I think, although probably every sport, when you should have made a play, when your teammate threw you that perfect pass for you to make a basket and you didn't catch it, or you just blew the play, one of the things players do is they look at that person and they just say, my bad. That's my fault. That's humility. That's humility. And that's the way we need to live our lives, because God is with us. What do we have to lose in what others say to us or what others say about us? We are in God's family, and He loves us, and He cares for us, and He is there for us, but we need to be willing to humble ourselves before Him and lose that pridefulness, lose that self-seeking selfishness that we so easily have in our lives. Humble submission under reproof, in the face of reproof. We're quick to defend ourselves, but was it our fault? Did we do the wrong thing? Did we say the wrong thing? Blessings to you today. Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that He might exalt you, lift you up in due time, in His timing. Blessings.